Hi, everyone. So, I have been thinking about this idea of spirituality. That's right, spirituality. We're going real broad this week. But what's really cool is I've been thinking about what is spirituality and what is sort of, we have all of these memes out there. Spiritual folks have all of these memes out there about I'm spiritual, but not religious, or spiritual is finding your own path, but religion is following the path of someone else, and all these things. And I have to admit that those memes have never really sat right with me because for some people, religion really does work for them. Religion brings them into their own spirituality, into what is deeper. And so we don't need to make each other wrong, but rather we can look at, well, what do I mean when I say that I'm spiritual? What do they mean when they say that they're spiritual? Or even what do they mean when they say they're religious? And what's really cool, I have been reading out loud Living the Science of Mind, this book by Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind. And what's been really cool is he has two sections in this book. He has one called What is Spirituality? And he has one called What is Religion? And go down into the chat right there and I will link back to both of those because I've read both of those parts and they're up on YouTube as well. And then be sure to subscribe to that page and listen to all of them. It's a lot of fun to read through this. But what's really cool and what I love is Ernest Holmes says, you are spiritual. Like the mere fact that you're here on this planet doing things, you are inherently spiritual. So, you don't have to try to be spiritual. You don't have to it's not that some people are and some people aren't. We are inherently spiritual beings. Now, I've also been reading this book called The Way of Tenderness by Zenju Earthlyn Manuel. And in this book, she's a Buddhist monk, and so she talks a lot about the intersectionality between her religion, her spirituality, and her identity. And what I find so profound about the way that she talks is that she talks about the fact that our nature is spiritual and our spirituality is nature. And so those two things literally can't be separated. And so the way to enlightenment, the way to this deeper understanding comes from inhabiting and embodying who we are showing up as in this current embodiment, our identities, our gender, our race, our sexuality, our personality, all of these things. And that that we must actually embrace all of those aspects that a lot of times are sort of like denounced as like the human side of us. But no, the truth is that the human side of us is the spiritual side of us. There's no difference. There's no differentiating between those two things. And so it becomes okay, we're all spiritual beings. And so instead of making somebody else right or wrong for the way that they're choosing to embody and inhabit their spirituality, instead we get to look around. The beautiful thing about having all these religions and all these practices and all these ways of showing up and all these different classes you can take and things you can learn and breathing exercises and yoga and rituals and ceremonies and everything is that you get to build the practice that really works for you. You get to look at yourself and say, I am a spiritual being. And so, what is calling to me? What is going to support me in embodying and inhabiting this life in the most profound and spiritual way that I possibly can? And then you get to go do that. And so for some people, that is going to be kneeling in a Catholic church and lighting candles. And for other people, that is going to be climbing mountains. And for other people, that is going to be gaming on incredible gaming systems. And for other people, that is going to be doing yoga every day. And for some people, it's going to be meditation. And other people, it's going to be breathing. And for one person, it's a mix of all of those things. And the truth is that we're all multifaceted divine individuals. And so for a lot of us, it's going to be this mix and match of all of the different practices and ways of being that really support you in knowing your spirituality. And so I'm with Ernest Holmes on this one. You are spiritual. You don't have to try to be more spiritual than you already are. You simply are that. You are spiritual. You are divine. You are magnificent. And so drop into the chat, what is your favorite way to embody your spirituality? Let me know, and I'll see you on Sunday. Love you all.